In the chilling autumn of 1961, a lone East German border policeman, a Volkspolizei or VOPO, peers through binoculars from a desolate bridge connecting what were once unified neighborhoods. His gaze sweeps across a city suddenly severed, a nation ripped in two. Just weeks before, on August 13th, the world awoke to a grim reality. Barbed wire, then hastily erected concrete, had sprung up overnight, literally dividing Berlin. This was not merely a border, but a symbol of ideological struggle, a physical manifestation of the Iron Curtain that trapped millions behind it. The wall's sudden appearance left families, friends, and lovers separated, creating a profound human drama that would unfold for nearly 3 decades. The immediate aftermath of the wall's construction saw desperate acts of courage. Here, in October 1961, a 17-year-old East Berlin youth is carefully guided to freedom by 2 compassionate West Berlin police officers. He has just scaled the hastily constructed barrier, a dangerous and uncertain leap into the unknown. His tense expression speaks volumes of the fear and relief, the sheer audacity required to defy the armed guards and the barbed wire. While some managed to make this perilous jump, many more were caught or tragically lost their lives in the attempt, underscoring the lethal gamble of seeking freedom. The East German authorities quickly adapted to prevent such escapes. Initially, apartment buildings that straddled the new border, like the one captured in 1962, saw residents jumping from windows directly into West Berlin. But this window of opportunity was swiftly closed. Within days, windows facing west were bricked up, turning homes into unyielding prison walls. These once vibrant facades became scarred monuments to division, later to be demolished, erasing any trace of the desperate lives that had once occupied them in the brief, harrowing moments of escape they offered. Yet human ingenuity and the yearning for freedom proved relentless. As aerial routes and direct crossings became impossible, the battle shifted underground. This gritty scene from June 1962 shows one of 6 West Berliners, covered in dirt, crawling out from a narrow 20-inch wide tunnel dug beneath a border street into East Berlin. This particular tunnel, a testament to incredible risk and determination, allowed 16 East Berliners, many of them relatives of the diggers, to escape, some even dragging infants in wash basins. It was a perilous, claustrophobic journey through the dark earth, racing against the clock of discovery. The success of early tunnels fueled more ambitious projects. Pictured here, a 75-year-old woman is tenderly helped through the narrow confines of Tunnel 57 in October 1964. This was one of the most remarkable escape operations, meticulously planned and executed by a group of 20 students, led by Joachim Neumann. Starting from a disused bakery in West Berlin, they toiled for 6 months, digging an arduous 145-meter passage under the Berlin Wall to a building on Strelitzer Strasse in East Berlin. Over 2 nights, 57 people, from infants to the elderly, successfully navigated this subterranean lifeline, emerging into the liberating air of the West. While heroic escapes captured headlines, the everyday reality for those living under the shadow of the wall was one of profound disruption and fear. Even for children, the artificial barrier became a defining feature of their world. A small child, perhaps oblivious to the full weight of the political divide, sits near the menacing barbed wire and crude concrete blocks that mark the nascent stages of the wall. This poignant image serves as a stark reminder of the innocent lives caught in the geopolitical crossfire, their playgrounds and futures dictated by a sudden, brutal partition. The innocence of childhood was often shattered by the wall's brutal enforcement. On August 17, 1962, the world watched in horror as 18-year-old Peter Fechter became a grim symbol of the wall's deadly resolve. Shot by East German border guards as he attempted to climb the barrier, Fechter lay bleeding in the no-man's land between East and West for nearly an hour, his cries for help ignored by East German soldiers while West Berliners and American soldiers watched helplessly. He was eventually carried away, dying shortly after, a tragic victim whose death ignited international outrage and highlighted the inhumane cruelty of the division. Against this backdrop of tragedy, a powerful voice emerged from the West. On June 26, 1963, President John F. Kennedy stood before an ecstatic crowd in West Berlin, delivering his iconic declaration, "Ich bin ein Berliner." This wasn't merely a statement of solidarity, it was a profound assertion of freedom and defiance against oppression. His words, echoing across the divided city, infused the beleaguered West Berliners with renewed hope and a sense of belonging to the free world, demonstrating that the wall, though physical, could not sever the bonds of shared human values. Even as the political rhetoric soared, the daily lives of Berliners remained constrained by the wall. Yet there were small, managed concessions. In December 1963, thousands of East Berliners, after years of strict isolation, lined up patiently in the snow at Schillerstrasse in Charlottenburg, hoping to apply for a passage slip. This rare temporary allowance by the East German regime for visits to the West during Christmas was a bittersweet experience. It offered a fleeting reunion for some, but also underscored the enduring power of the wall, forcing families to beg for a few hours of supervised contact. By August 1966, the makeshift barriers had evolved into an imposing, multi-layered system of control. This aerial view reveals the Brandenburg Gate, once a symbol of German unity, now forlornly situated beside the formidable Berlin Wall. Beyond the main concrete barrier, one can discern the vast open expanse of the Death Strip, meticulously cleared of obstacles, bristling with anti-vehicle defenses, watchtowers, and guarded by armed patrols. This intricate network of fences, walls, and booby traps created an almost impenetrable frontier, transforming the heart of Berlin into a stark, surveilled wasteland. Despite the wall's formidable defenses, the human desire for freedom remained undimmed. In 1971, another refugee, driven by desperation, attempted to dash through the communist border installations. Tragically, he was wounded by East German machine gun fire and is seen here being carried away by border guards. Each such incident was a stark reminder of the regime's zero-tolerance policy and the extreme danger faced by anyone attempting to breach the fortified border. The wall was not just a physical barrier, it was a deadly frontier, designed to crush hope and deter any thought of escape. 2 decades later, the geopolitical landscape had shifted dramatically. In June 1987, United States President Ronald Reagan stood at the Berlin Wall, flanked by German Chancellor Helmut Kohl. His iconic challenge to Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down this wall resonated globally, becoming a powerful rallying cry for freedom. This moment symbolized the growing international pressure on the Soviet Union and its satellite states, signaling that the era of division, though deeply entrenched, might finally be drawing to a close. It was a pivotal declaration, echoing the sentiments of millions yearning for an end to the Cold War. Just over a year later, in August 1988, the wall, though still standing, bore the indelible marks of change. At Potsdamer Platz, a message was boldly painted on its concrete surface. Berlin wird mauerfrei, Berlin will be free of the wall. This wasn't just graffiti, it was a prophecy. The vibrant, rebellious artwork covering the western face of the wall served as a powerful testament to the unbreakable human spirit and the widespread, persistent demand for reunification and freedom. A little over a year after this photograph was taken on November 9, 1989, that seemingly impossible dream became a triumphant reality as the Berlin Wall, the most potent symbol of Cold War division, finally crumbled, reuniting a city and forever altering the course of history.